All right, let's see what I did before, what I'm doing now, and I'll be doing soon on Google Maps. Now I have my uh, Google Maps page open conveniently on planet Earth, and one trick I wanted to show you guys is that there seems to be two Australias on Google Maps. It's like two secret locations. I think one is Australia 1 where they speak English, and then the other one is Australia 2 where they speak French. Weird, but anyway. I've been tracking somewhere here. No, hold on. It wasn't that bad. I think it was somewhere here. Alberta, Canada. So I live over here near Toronto. This is US. And that's why you saw me unload in Edmonton over here. And my pickup was just north of this Bellingham, Linden. So I had to get somehow here, right? And to do that, I had to go through these crazy mountains. Not these ones, that's TCH1, that's much worse. Over here. Yeah, so Edmonton, that's where I slept, Hinton, right? Hinton where the Husky was closed. And then here, you see on the map, it looks like these are the mountains, right? This is the border, if you can see the thin broken line. Yeah, I looked like this, you know, I thought, hey, Jasper, you know, that's the worst part. And that's why I saw those goats or sheep, mountain rams, whatever you call them, right? So that was my next day after Hinton. I went through Jasper, saw those sheep. This was the border, right? And this was TCH 16, Trans-Canada 16, and then I turned on 5. And where I had lunch somewhere here. Oh, here, Valemount. Valemount. So as soon as I turned on Highway 5, just basically 20 minutes, or this was about 2 hours from Hinton. So that's why I had the good meal, I relaxed, I thought, hey, you know, I'm done with the mountains, because that's what I thought was the worst part. And then I started driving, and Jesus, it was like the next 100 kilometers, roughly, from this Valemount here on this Highway 5 was the worst. It was covered in snow, it was slushy, you know, and going uphill because my trailer was empty. The truck was skidding, you know, like left and right. And if I switch to terrain here, you can see that this is still, where is it? Where is it? Highway 5. Yeah, here. It goes like kind of in a valley, but it's all like bad elevation, you know. So it was the worst. The worst part was 1 hour south of that Vale. What did I say? Vale Field? Valemount. I keep mixing that up with there's a town in Quebec, Canada called Valleyfield, but this is Valemount. So anyway, Barrier. Oh, that's where I got fuel, I think, in Esso. I found an Esso there. Yeah, and then Kamloops, and then from Kamloops, this is all divided highway, right? Before this was 2 lane, but from Kamloops it's divided. But this can be a very bad stretch. Actually, that's where I slept. Merritt, BC, and then from here it's like that's where you saw me going on that. I see between Merritt and Hope. That's where that big 18-kilometer long or 11-mile long grade was, because it's all crazy mountains here, you know. And but then finally, that's Hope. When I reached Hope, it became good. But I got lucky here. There was no snow. The road was clear. And that's what I did on the first day. I drove from Merritt to Hope to Chilliwack, and this is all a divided highway. And I crossed in Sumas. Yeah, here. This is Sumas, Washington, and then I drove here to Linden, somewhere here. Yeah, and I got loaded. All right. And then this 539 here, it's a total nightmare because there's a light, but worst of all, it has roundabouts, 2 lanes going in a circle, so you constantly have to watch for cars on your left and right. So I would just go, you know, in the middle, because otherwise I would kill some people. I'd have to go in the middle of the 2 lanes to go around, you know. Whoever came up with that idea is an idiot, to use roundabouts where heavy trucks travel. They're just asking for trouble. Yeah, and basically then I just drove like this from Highway 5 and this was a total nightmare. Traffic was a standstill. So then I switched here to 405, 90, and North Bend. This is where I am now. And what's going to happen here is that I went to the TA, and this was semi-empty, right? But here, if you can see it on your computer, this is mountains. There's a big pass right over here, I think. Yeah, before this river here, there's a big, what is called, snow something, snow Coahuila or something, but it's pretty bad. I know that you have to watch it. I have to check the weather before going there, but because this is an oversized load, I had to order permits, and this was already late in the day on the eastern coast, so I only managed to get permits for Washington, Idaho, Utah. But the thing is, you see how I'm going? The logical way is to go like here, through Washington on 90, through Montana, and North Dakota, Minnesota, Chicago, and then cross the border over here, Port Huron to Toronto. But that means that I'd have to go through these crazy mountains again, because this part, like 40 miles on Idaho, like top of Idaho next to Montana, is awful. There's like real mountains, again, mountain roads, you know, snow, you might need chains, forget it. So I decided to go like this. This is 100 miles longer. So go through Washington, and this river here, that's the border with Oregon. So that's why I needed the Oregon permit. And so 82, and then 84 towards here, 84, 84, 84, Idaho, right? And then cut like this to Salt Lake. And 84 goes like this, kind of like a bypass on just near Ogden, and then I catch 80, and that's it. Then I just stay on 80, Wyoming, you know, all the way here, Cheyenne, South Dakota, Nebraska, and all the way to Chicago. So when I'm planning my routes, you know, the less interstates I have to use, the better for me. So I don't want to use like 1994, 87, 35, turn here, turn there, forget it. Just, you know, choose one road and stick to it. And you see, that's what it would be. Seattle, like this. Nebraska, Iowa, Chicago. And this way I bypass tolls, most of the tolls near Chicago. Beautiful. The only problem is that these idiot bureaucrats, they gave me Washington, Idaho, Utah, right? But to get to Idaho, I need to go through Oregon. So there's like 200 miles here. And I cannot do it till Monday, because that's when they're going to give me the permit. Jesus. So now, all I can do tomorrow, Sunday, after I take my reset, I went to a hotel here nearby the truck stop, you know, decided to give myself a break. So from North Bend to the Oregon border, it's 2 hours. No, wait, it's 200 miles, so 4 hours. And that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, shut down somewhere here on the Washington side and wait for my Oregon permit. And then this is, I think, another 200 miles in Oregon. And that's it. And then I'll just start driving like this. Oh, and then the Landstar, Camda, they don't deal with Wyoming, so you have to call ahead and basically stop here somewhere and call them and book your permit. And then you pick it up at the port, like in Evanston. There's an entry port, basically a big scale, and you stop there and you tell them your reference number. But you must call ahead before you approach. If you go there and you tell them, hey, I want to buy a permit, they say, all right, sign here, here's your ticket. So unless you call ahead and they give you a reference number, then you're all good. And so tomorrow I'm gonna, and what I did today, I fixed my strobe lights. They replaced the switch, because they didn't of course have the switch, but there was a Napa nearby. I told them I'll pay, so they sent a truck there, pick up a little switch, installed it. So now my strobe lights are working, and I'm ready to start trucking. So I'm gonna get some fuel tomorrow, scale the truck, so I know for sure that maybe I'm not even overweight. I don't know, so that I'll know, because I didn't order permits yet after Wyoming. Like this one, I'm gonna do Monday. You know, what is this? Nebraska, South Dakota, I think. No, I don't even need South Dakota. I think, yeah, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, and Ontario. I'm gonna order Monday, and knowing the exact weight of the truck would really help. Okay. So I'm enjoying one day stay at a hotel here, free internet, you know, nice room. Well, not too big, but it's okay. It's warm outside. I went around, took some pictures. So let's look at some pictures that I took with my Nikon D5200 around the TA truck stop in North Bend, Washington. So this is the TA truck stop in North Bend, Washington, or Seattle East. I think it's exit 34. It's right next to I-90, located among some nice picturesque scenery. And one guy asked me if they have reserved parking. Yes, they do. You can see it here. And there's mountains everywhere, especially when the weather's good, like today it was. This is where I fix my strobe lights, only $100 in 2 hours. That's where I gotta buy fuel tomorrow. I have no idea what it is, probably like $4 per gallon. And this is my truck with that drum thingy. Still have to weigh tomorrow to know for sure the exact weight, and you can see mountains behind me in the distance there. And across the street from the TA there's a small hotel. The rate was okay, relatively clean. So I got a single room for one night to do my laundry, take a shower. This is my room, and I like the view from through the window. You can probably do some hunting in the hunting season with this one, right through the window. Thanks for watching.